Donald Trump, he, for whatever you think about him, if you like him, if you hate him, he is certainly who he is. He's showing us who he is every single day.
Yeah, which is a fascist. And it's crazy because you still don't have news networks having that conversation. Yeah. Like when somebody says, when somebody questions Kamala Harris's blackness or is he a DEI hire, y'all will have roundtable discussions about that, asking that question. How come you're not having roundtable discussions asking, is Donald Trump a fascist? Actually, not even asking it, stating it.
Yes, this guy, he's losing his credibility. I used to see him like a free thinker. But when I look at his recent outing, just because he want to support Kamala, totally insane. According to this tweet, Anderson Cooper and show host Charlamagne Dagot spar after Mr. Dagot claims CNN spent more time on Kamala blackness than Trump being a fascist. I don't get it. Who told them that calling Trump a fascist will win? I don't understand. Libras these days are spending more time to call Trump a fascist. Is it the winning strategy? I don't know. It is important. We take an exclusive look.
I would like to introduce the concept of the panel tonight. It's going to be a short dissertation, but I want you to think about this because I watched like you did yesterday, and something hit me pretty hard. Only 90 days ago, Pelosi went to Biden and said, you need to step aside, and convinced him to do so. He made the decision, and he did actually ask her, and we've now learned this, is she the right person to drive this home? He questioned that. He could have said, we need to run a process in order for me to make this move. But they decided not to. I don't know who they is. Was it Obama? Was it Pelosi? I don't care who it was. In stock picking, just listen to this analogy. And you may agree, you may not. 88% of managers, because this is the world I live in, cannot beat the S&P year in, year out. So you give them $1,000, the S&P beats them. They can't pick stocks. This is the second time the Democratic Party has circumvented democracy and chose.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. Hillary Clinton was chosen, and she had Bruce Springsteen too. And what happened to her? And now we've chosen.
Kevin, Hillary Clinton won a primary. Okay, she won a primary. You may not.
Nobody
like
could compete with her, even Bernie Sanders.
She won a primary.
Okay.
First of all, that's the first
thing.
So
did Kamala Harris win a primary?
Listen, we've talked about this before.
What's wrong about talking about it tonight after what you just saw?
Do you think that's really what matters to voters?
Right now.
How many Democrats wish?
Hold on.
Hang on a second.
Let's talk about what matters to voters. Do you really think voters care about the internecine primary process?
If you're a Democrat, you sure as hell care today.
I know that you are from Canada, but the primary process.
That's why I'm perfect for this. I have no skin in the game other than to get a great president.
It's not in the Constitution. The political parties can choose however they want to choose their nominee.
Right.
And as long as they meet the legal deadlines in the states where they are on the ballot, they can do it however they want.
I just
want
to be transparent. Yes, I was born in Canada, but
December 2023 just handpick somebody.
Just to be transparent, I was born in Canada.
It's a Democratic Party process, not a Democratic.
No, but my kids were born and raised in Boston. All my investments in the United States. I want the president, whoever it is, to be a winner.
You're describing something as undemocratic that has absolutely nothing to do with the Democratic
and this
process.
is why
Yes, I didn't realize that Charlamagne the God is a moron. When you take a look at what he is struggling to do here, like they are not yet teaching Trump back. We have seen how the media is doing with Trump for the past how many years. They cannot stop from one after to another. The attacks, names calling every single day on the CNN. And they are still not satisfied with that. They are here fighting among themselves. Oh, this person is not doing enough. You call Trump a threat to democracy. You are not treating him like one. I watched this guy the other day with Laura Trump where he made a certain point, like Chuck Schumer sat with Trump during a dinner beside Trump. And at the same time, Chuck Schumer is calling Trump a threat to democracy, that it should not even happen. So you will understand the kind of talking points they want to hear, like to paint Trump that kind of black image. People should not associate with him because a threat to democracy. That is the kind of image this guy wants, which to me is unacceptable. I don't get the point. If Trump decides not to ever venture himself into politics, I really don't know what this people are talking about.
Am I right to say there's a new breed of conservatives? I think I'm one of them. I'm not religious, though I have no issue with those that are. I am pro gay rights because I feel like you should be able to love who you love. If you want to do your 420 stuff, by all means, go for it. As far as women controlling their own bodies, I feel like for the most part, up until a certain point, they should have that right. I don't want men in the women's bathrooms. I don't want my daughters facing off against boys in sports. If you want to take a poke in the arm, by all means, go for it. Just don't make me do it. I am pro 2A. We love our pew-pews in this house. As far as border security is concerned, I think there needs to be a tight border, but I also think there needs to be an easier way to citizenship. For those that are law-abiding, that is. I am pro school choice. I think that should be left into the hands of the parents. Parents need to be in control of their kids' health care. If you are a transgender adult, I have zero issue with that, but leave the kids alone. Mental health is an epidemic and it needs to be addressed. For the most part, I am very live and let live. If this resonates with you, comment and tell me where you're from. We are in Missouri.
When you look at it critically, you realize Anderson Cooper want to have an honest conversation if Kamala should appear on Joe Rogan podcast to maybe boss up her. Though from recent polls I've said about 55% of Joe Rogan followers support Trump, but that is still not a sufficient text. Kamala could go there, we don't know, maybe convince people to change their minds. But Charlamagne, the devil, is here telling us that, oh, don't even mention that. She should continue to call Trump a fascist. Like, that is a new talking point. It started just 4 days ago, which I did a couple of videos about it. Insane. This guy, the other day, sent Trump a deceit letter simply because he used a short clip of what he actually put out challenging Kamala.
That silenced people that were calling him a fascist, a threat to society. That silenced factual information. Many of us still called him a fascist,
How come we
a
haven't
dictator
toned
on day one. But there has been sort of this silencing of factual information about the former president, and I think that benefited him
But
greatly.
we haven't toned
Yes, who can actually explain to these people that all this talking point, calling him names, is not working? I don't know if they realize that. Watching CNN throughout, I've seen them call Trump all terrible types of names. A threat to democracy, or he's a fascist, is this, is every single day, and people are now used to with this kind of word. It means nothing to them. The important things they should focus on, talk about the economy, how they can better of that. That should be what people are concerned about. How will this all benefit the American people? Oh, calling Trump a fascist. Okay, you've done that. Are you happy now? Call it every single day. I believe you were extremely excited to know that you have CNN has done enough calling Trump that. Charlamagne the devil is there, not extremely satisfied that CNN is not doing enough. CNN should make it a routine that at least every single day they should call that even 100 times. This clearly tells you that this is not a network.
You're saying it's both sides. But I noticed when I first came here, your audience was overwhelmingly Democratic. I would say something, and maybe one guy in a NASCAR shirt in the back would clap for me.
Correct.
Right? That's changed through the years. I can talk to conservatives.
Have I changed? You know, people do. Or have things changed? And it's mostly things. The left wasn't as crazy under Bush and Obama. They just weren't. And I was not going to hold my tongue when they went to places where, I mean, you know, college kids marching for Hamas. Don't tell me there hasn't been a change.
Right.
And the victim culture, the cancel culture.
I will say this, though. As far, listen, I agree. There's been a change on the left.
Yes, I have been following Bimaha for some time now, reacting to his videos. What he did was that he had to struggle to be in the middle, to gain followers on both sides.
It's looking increasingly likely that Kamala Harris is going to appear on Joe Rogan's program on his podcast.
Republicans would take another hour
to kind of go to word salad city.
Incumbent Democrat.
All this will be over. We'll not be hearing these stories again.
She's very close to Trump. She's 30.
A financial Republican. Do you ever have a Jewish girlfriend?